It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1. A lot more to go. They'll look to throw now on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. They'll run with Sanders. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up. They'll try and sneak it here. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. It's their quarterback scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Eagles are on the board here first in the season opener. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things could be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Here's Johnson set and ready to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Jackson. He's got a man complete. Touchdown Jaguars. Drake London, 70 yards. And the Jaguars are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Lutz good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team teams had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On second down, here's the option. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
On first and 10, it's Sanders. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 33. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. They'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Out of the gun now on third down. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Eagles have taken the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And Johnson's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration.
That's caught inside the 20.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Out left, he's got it to Everett.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
The first carry now. The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that one coming on his opening carry of the season. Do you give him a mulligan?
You would like to, but this game counts. If this were preseason, he'd get a mulligan. But this is for real, so not expecting that at all. Got to find a way to take care of it. I'm sure he'll get other opportunities.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach, and probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10.
A give running left. It's Sanders.
And he'll get a few yards here to the 34.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just run a ride there on a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
So a failure to connect on 2nd down. That leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw here. He's going deep for Brown. And he's got it inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, You have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. And one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal.
He'll try again, and not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Field goal unit and Brian Johnson out there. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle.
And Johnson's kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Jaguars take over on first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you see?
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to take over here up near the 40. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They start on the ground here at Sanders. Oh, he's got a little daylight.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 68 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
They'll buy some time right. And this one is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. They run with Sanders off the option. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They'll look to throw here.
On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, 1st down.
The 3rd down conversion is successful. Give him 12 yards that time.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Got a man, it's Brown.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. Off the option, he'll try and run with it.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Their mobile, agile quarterback. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Eagles are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Johnson for the extra point try.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
The score, Eagles 24, Jaguars 7.
Here's Johnson set and ready to kick this one away.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Jackson.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning. On 3rd down, Jackson. He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught inside the 15.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Jackson to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Jackson will throw again. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to get with the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play call, like how they sequence things, how it's run. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. 2nd and 2. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll throw now on the final play. Throwing middle, and it's complete. He can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Grunton, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jackson from the shotgun. Throw left side, taken in by Pittman. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
We're talking all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. They go right back to it for 20 and a first.
Well, one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. Another modest
gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Kamara off the draw. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll go option to the short side. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
They had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
And Johnson's extra point up and good.
And the lead is now 24.
Here's Johnson set and ready to kick this one away.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Again, it's Kamara. And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last 2 plays, both losses. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And, Charles, the name of the game last time, efficiency. Their very first snap, they connected for a quick touchdown.
They get more value than just the points from that series as well. Only needing one play, it keeps the entire offense rested up.
102 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hey,
Now Sanders.
And he'll get it inside the 35.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Well, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Field goal unit and Brian Johnson out there.
Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this will stay a 3-score game at 24.
Well, usually when you get a right-footed kicker on the right hash, his goal is to draw the ball back to the middle. But this time, it doesn't move at all. He ends up missing off to the right.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball. And it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Second and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener.
From the gun, it's Jackson.
The toss here completed to Pittman.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 36. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
A lone second remains now in this third quarter. Again, Jackson. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he'll find Pittman. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they wind up getting 13 there on 4th down.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard.
To throw is Jackson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14.
116 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Good gain there on first down and keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Room here to run.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Beating him there with his legs. 21 yards, first down.
And an Eagle first down.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
They're bringing us about right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll drop to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
The tackle by Balen Spector.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, Charles, no matter what the prognosticators say before the season, whether they think you're going to be good, bad, or somewhere in the middle, you never quite know how week 1 is going to play out. But for them, it has been an impressive performance, and they are well on their way to a 1-0 start.
Yeah, it's a lot like opening up presents, isn't it, partner? You're not quite sure what's inside, but you're hopeful, right? In this case, exactly what they were looking for, exactly what they need.
And Johnson's extra point up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Here's Johnson set and ready to kick this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week one because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now it's Jackson. He's got his man, London, right side. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Only 3 there on the screen at 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson eluding the pressure right.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To throw again is Jackson. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this